呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 89 of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shibuya Jihen Nana. Very appropriate since Nanami is on the cover. We're starting volume 11, and this continuing part 7 of the Shibuya incident, or the strange incident. As we just saw last time, volume 11 continues this same story, the Shibuya Jihen, through the entire volume. So it's at least 15 parts. That makes this the longest series that we've been in so far. So this is a big one, apparently. And we're continuing. Mahito just arrived with a subway full of presumably transformed humans, and they're now spilling out, causing more terror. Wah! There's Gojo. He's thinking, Yake ni natta no ka? Ningen ga hette komaru no wa omaera no hou daro? Okay. Yake ni naru. Yake ni tatsu is to become desperate. So, like, becoming desperate, humans decreasing. As for being in a bad spot, it's your guys' direction, isn't it? So he says omaera, meaning you guys, and the kanji are for the jude, meaning the cursed spirits. So he's saying, if the humans decreasing, if it puts someone in a bad spot, it's you guys, right? In other words, there's fewer humans, then fewer targets, fewer, hostages or whatever. That's at least what he's thinking. So he prefaces that with Yake ni natta no ka? Have you become desperate? Become desperate. There's Mahito writing kind of like a ghostly Kinto-un here. Za. Coming in. Do. All right. Tries punching Gojo, but gets blocked by the barrier, infinite barrier, or whatever. Ha ha. Maji de atannai. So he laughs and says, it's true. Not able to strike, or not striking. Can't hit. So I guess this is the first time that they've run into each other. So he heard about it and he was just testing it out and says, it's true. Majide. Sugihagi. Sugihagi means cobbled together, patchwork. That's the term that Itadori has used for Mahito because his face looks like he's stitched together. Just to confirm that, Sugihagi, yeah, patching, cobbling together. Nanami to Yuji, that's Itadori. Nanami to Yuji ga itteta yatsu ka? The guy talked about, that Nanami and Yuji talked about. So this is the guy, Sugihagi. Bah, bah. Oof. Ningen no kishoi tokoro hitotsu oshiete yaru yo. Okay. Kinshoi. No, kishoi. Oh, okay. We'll do the favor of teaching or telling one thing about like a weird or feeling sick things of humans. So, not a secret that Mahito doesn't like humans, and so he's basically saying, like, I'm going to tell you one thing that I find disgusting, finding sick, that makes me feel sick or has a weird feeling about humans. Ippai iru tokoro. It's the tokoro normally means place, but it can mean situation, and that's what he's talking about here. It's the situation of so many of them existing. So ippai means lots. He's emphasizing it by saying ippai. So many of them existing, that situation. That's what he finds creepy, weird, disgusting, makes him feel sick. Hishi? Okay, this is some sort of like, I guess the ceiling opened up and more people are spilling down into the lower level. So apparently he had stashed them up there or something like that. All right. Yeah, okay, we're going to get... Sorry. This looks kind of like a portal aperture diagram. さっき雑草が塞いでた吹き抜けが今更 Oh, okay. So the thing that had happened earlier being plugged up, which is the fusaide. So fusagu is going to be to close up or to block up, yes. So the earlier like weeds, the wild grass, blocking up fukinuke ga imasara. Imasara is like now of all times. And fukinuke is going to be to literally like to blow and pull out. So maybe like to draw back, to wither. Fukinuke. To blow through. Yeah, so fukinuke ga imasara. The blowing through, like now of all times, of the grass that was blocking up from earlier. So we're getting a flashback for when Hanami blocked up that opening with Zaso. Zazazazaza. Chi. やっぱ上にも呪霊か。呪霊と組んでる呪詛師がいるな。Okay, so Yappa is like kind of like as I thought, or as expected, also above cursed spirits. Cursed spirits with cursed spirits joining together, cursed users existing, I guess, right? Shibuya ni tojimete iru ippanjin o tsugitsugi ni tōnyū suru tsumori ka? In Shibuya, the enclosed normal people, I guess like one after another, intending to do tōnyū. Throwing in, inserting. Yeah, so, and tsugitsugi, again, is like one after another. Yeah, one by one. One after another. So yeah, like, are they intending to throw in one after another all the general people that have been entrapped in Shibuya? So we're getting an image of that. Remember, they're currently all down here on the 5th floor. And the station at Shibuya has this big atrium, I guess, that has an opening all the way to the top or something. So we're getting a nice image of what's going on. Sekketsu Soujutsu Hyakuren, Byakuren. So this is the blood dude, and he is doing a red blood manipulation. And it's 100 ren. Have we seen this before? Hyakuren. Okay. I don't think we're going to see an easy way to find out that ren without me having to type it in. But let's see if we can find it real quick. We want axe. Oh, there it is. Tightening, stiffening. So this is like 100 tightening, stiffening. I don't know. Shuren, levying a heavy taxation, oppression, astringency, convergence. Yeah, so for whatever reason, the English went with this translation as convergence. It is the third definition here of shuren, also meaning astringency. The kanji, again, are literally 100, and this kanji meaning to tighten or stiffen. So take that as you will. Okay, they're both doing an attack here. That's kind of what we're setting up here. Mui Tenpen, which we've seen from Mahito before. This is like the idol transformation or idol. What is Tenpen? Literally like revolving change, like a transmutation or mutation. So idol mutation. Tajukon, like a many heavy soul. Yeah, multiple souls. The kon here is tamashi, meaning soul or spirit. Okay. Chol Shinsei, a super new star. That would be a supernova. Chol Shinsei. Yep, supernova. And Mahito is doing a, is that Batai? Batai. Something about the body. I don't think we're going to be lucky. That doesn't strike me as an actual word. Yeah. I don't think it's pa. Pad Thai, no. Okay. What do we have here with this kanji? We have hand. We have hatsu, or something close to it. Yeah. And bow. And this thing, and this thing. There it is. Oh, this is the hanaru, to hit someone with a car. So this kanji means either to brush up, reject, exclude, eliminate, or it's a bone plectrum, like a pick for an instrument. So you can view this as either hitting the body, rejecting the body. The English went with body repel, like repelling the body. There is this meaning of rejecting, denying, or refusing. So okay. Oh, okay. They're doing that on all the people. So body repel. Okay, that would make sense. Put like repelling all the bodies. Supernova meaning just like a big explosion or blast. I guess. Okay, this looks like to be Mahito's attack, and this is the blood dude's attack. It's kind of hard to tell. Those look like hands that are being blocked by Gojo. This is where you can see a rush of like hands coming in, but they're like being blocked and like splashes of blood, I guess. Anyway, and there's Jogo coming in. Zah. Do. Grab. Uh-oh. Okay, so he grabs his arm, but it comes off. He's like, heh heh. All right. Wah! Okay, so lots of chaos going on here. Again, we see a mixture of cursed spirits, people, blood everywhere, chaos. And remember, most of the people are not going to be able to see the spirits. Gojo Satoru ga Itadori yo Yuji to wa chigatte. Okay, so Gojo, as for with Itadori, differs. Differs. Rei kokusa o mochiawaseteru koto wa shitteru. As for the event of, like, I guess expressing coolness, rei kokusa. Oh, cold-heartedness, ruthlessness. And mochiawaseru is going to be to mochiawasete, to happen to have on hand, to have on stock. As for that event, being familiar with. So the hey Amy, how's it going? What am I using to search words? It's called Z kanji. If you type ! Dictionary, you'll see a link to where Z kanji is. So Gojo, again, as for Itadori, or Gojo, as for compared with Itadori, he differs by Gojo being the one who's familiar with the event or knows about the event of having on hand ruthlessness, cold-heartedness, being relentless. In other words, right, he's right now not expressing any emotion, not worrying about the people, etc., as opposed to Itadori Yuji, who would be. Aru teiro no gisei o zentei toshite. A certain extent of sacrifices zentei toshite. Zentei. Interesting. Why aren't we getting zentei at all? Oh no, there it is. Preamble. As a preamble for, or on the condition or prerequisite or the assumption of certain extent of sacrifices, kakujitsu ni orera o harai ni kuru daro to. Kakujitsu ni. Certainly we harai ni kuru, like coming to purify us, probably. Yeah, I guess, like, in other words, this is all basically saying he's probably coming here to purify, exercise us with certainty by, on the premise of a certain amount of sacrifices. And again, that makes him different from Itadori. Okay, buckle in. We got a whole page of words here. Daga, however, I guess this is Jogo speaking, or thinking. However, shisha ga fue, the dead people increasing, seija mo fue tsuzukeru, and the living people also continuing to increase, kono joukyo dewa, as for with this circumstance, or under these conditions, sono aruteiro no tenpin wa mo kino shinai. That certain extent, and the aruteiro is the word that he used here, a certain amount of sacrifices. That certain extent of sacrifices implied that tenpen is going to be like a limit. Oh, tenpin. Bean? I guess it's bean. Tenbin, scales, the balance of that. Yeah. As for the balance of that extent, or of that certain extent, it's already not doing kino. It's already not like, I guess, functioning. Yeah, I get the balance of that limit is already not functioning. He's sort of like, by basically saying like, he's willing to make some sacrifices, but how many is he really willing to make if dead people are continuing to increase and the living people are continuing to arrive? So, yeah, I can't see that well enough. It looks like from where I am, it looks like I can never tell whether that's a B or a P. 貴様が今すぐしなければならないのは領域 Okay, you now 今すぐ immediately, if not doing. Oh, immediately, as for must doing, it's ryoiki, it's the domain. So basically, you immediately, as for the thing you must do, it's domain. It's the domain. 無料空所を展開することで、領域内のわしらと人間を皆殺しにし、無料空所. This is one of Gojo's skills, the without limit or without layer kusho. What is the show there? Oops. Place, spot, empty place, without limit. Okay, or without layers or without whatever. That thing with the event of doing Tenkai, the evolution or the unfolding. Or expansion of that move, of that domain. Inside the domains, with us inside the domains and humans, everyone killing. So basically, like, you'll kill everyone, all the humans and us, washira. And the kanji there are the cursed spirits inside the domain. Ryōiki gai chikakai honyu mae no ningen o suku koto. It's the event of saving the humans, I guess, that like haven't entered the basement level 5 outside of the domain. Tonyu mae. We already saw tonyu, right? That was like throwing into, inserting. Yeah, throwing into. Yeah, so like, in other words, you would save all the people that haven't yet been thrown into the basement level 5 that are outside of the domain. Daga, sore wa dekin daro. However, as for that thing, not possible, right? You can't do it, right? I guess the different font here is supposed to be more like a bold or something. Kisama no soutei shiteru gisei wa? Your, as for sacrifice of whatever your sote is. Sote. Yeah. The hypothesis that you're doing for sacrifices, as for that sacrifice hypothesis of yours, jurei ni korosareru ningen de atte, by cursed spirits being killed humans being killed by cursed spirits, Gojo Satoru ni korosareru ningen de wa nai kara da. Okay, and by Gojo Satoru being killed humans, as for that, not existing, because that's what it is. So he's saying, like, your theory of sacrifices are humans that are killed by cursed spirits, but basically not humans killed by Gojo. Wait a minute. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, then he would go ahead and kill everyone there because he wouldn't care about the humans being killed. I don't know about that. Okay. Kangaero mayoe. So think. That's like an order. Think. Mayoe. Mayoe. This kanji means either to be lost or to hesitate. Mayoe. Yeah, waver. Lose your way, hesitate. Be perplexed. Chuchu suru no da. You must concentrate. Now, it's a little bit weird. This could be Jogo, the volcano dude, continuing to think, like ordering him, like, do those things. Or this could be, well, no, it's probably not Gojo because he wouldn't be telling himself to hesitate. So this is most likely still Jogo telling, like, thinking towards Gojo to do those things. Majika? Seriously? Okay, so something happened. They're all like, huh? And he's like, huh? Serious? Oh. Okay. Ryoiki Tenkai. So he's going ahead and doing it. Ryoiki Tenkai. Domain, unfolding, evolution, expansion, whatever. Muryokushi. The limitless empty space. Okay, we get a little image here. Wait, what just happened? So it exploded, and then it went away? Gojo Satoru Ichikabachika. Okay, Gojo Satoru, that would be the guy. 1 or 8. This is an expression that means, like, I think, like, desperate gamble. Ichikabachiga. Yeah. Sink or swim, high stakes, desperate. Desperate. 0.2 秒の領域展開. The 0.2 second domain expansion or domain evolution. Okay, so yeah, he did it for like 0.2 seconds. Apparently. Okay. So we see up there stuff happening. Apparently he's like going through and like maybe just trying to kill the cursed spirits. Okay, lots of text down here at the bottom. Let's see what we've got. Zero 0.2秒は 五条悟が勘で設定した。Okay, so as for 0.2 seconds, Gojo, with like instinct, did sette, or through instinct. Okay, sette is to establish, create, set in motion, configure, do a setup, that type of meaning. So Gojo, as for that, like why 0.2 seconds for domain expansion, Gojo, through instinct, did that. He set that in motion, created that, established that. Hijutsushi ga haijin ni narazu, hoishou mo nokoranai de aro muryo kusho no taizai jikan. Okay, so Hijutsushi are non-sorcerers, non-technique users or masters. So non-sorcerers, without becoming hygiene. Hygiene, unfortunately, unlike the English word it sounds like, means like a wounded person or something along those lines. Yeah, a disabled person and invalid. Or koishomo. Koishomo are like nasty after effects, lingering bad things. Yeah, after effects. So without becoming an invalid, or even like without after effects, with that not remaining, it's the whatever of the domain. Tanzai jikan. Taizai jikan. Oh, it's the stay time? Yeah, the length of stay inside the unlimited expanse, or whatever we want to call that thing. Basically, without ill effect for non-sorcerers. That's his, like, I guess, like, guess. Instinctual guess. 根拠はなく、0-2秒の間に改造人間を含めた非術師の脳には直にして約半年分の情報が流し込まれ、全員が立ったまま気を失った。Okay. As for the konkyo, as for the basis or foundation, naku. Why naku? Oh, well, okay. Konkyo no nai means like without foundation. So maybe like without foundation, without any sort of foundation, the interval of 0.2 seconds, the transformed humans accepting, outside of the transformed humans, as for in the brains of the non-sorcerers, with time, Yakuhan, a half a year's amount of information flooding in, and all people, standing as they were, lost consciousness. Okay? So, jikan nisuru. Nisuru in this case, nishite. Well, maybe this is only about like the amount of time that happened, even with just that small amount of time. Half a year's worth of information like came flooding into the brains of the non-sorcerers, excluding the transformed humans. And all the people, again, standing as they were left standing as they were and lost consciousness. Okay, so that's why they're all like standing, but apparently they're like unconscious. Shikashi, chikakai no ikinokori wa nitsukigo ni nokorazu shakai fuki o hatasu. However, as for the survivors of the basement level 5, after 2 months, remaining shakai fuki, this is like society repatriation. Shakai fuki. Yeah, come back, return, reinstatement into society. Hatasu. I guess like it's at the end of? To accomplish, to fulfill. Yeah, okay. So I guess he's saying basically for the people who are down here, even with all this, they're surviving, but they're going to be able to accomplish rejoining society after 2 months, I guess, of recovering. Nokorazu. Nokorazu means like without remaining. Yeah. So I'm not sure why nokorazu shakai fuki. Oh, it's without exception. Yeah, so without exception. In other words, like everyone would have to do that. Okay. 言ってしまえば、そのレベルの無料空所 I guess this is just like if say it, that level of the limitless empty space is itte shimaeba an expression? Yeah. I guess like if able to say it, that level of the limitless empty space, 東急呪霊は今この瞬間に目を覚ますかもしれない。As for special level cursed spirits, in this instant, waking up probably. Okay. Probably the waking up in this instant for special level cursed spirits. Counter を考慮して、考慮し、標的は改造人間に絞る。Okay. 考慮. I guess like taking into consideration a counter, like a counter attack or something like that. As for the target or the aim, it's like shiboru is to wring or to squeeze. Shiboru. To narrow down to. It narrows down to the transformed humans. Okay, so something about taking into consideration a counterattack or something. As for the targets, I guess, of all that he's doing with the 0.2, it whittles down, it narrows down to the transformed humans. So that appears to what he was trying to do. 現代最強の柔術師は、福島新鮮地下界に放たれた改造人間およそ1000体を Okay, so as for the current generation's strongest sorcerer, which would be Gojo, as for the current generation's strongest sorcerer, in the Fukutoshin line, B level, basement 5 level, in that place, the released transformed humans, approximately 1,000 bodies of that. Oyoso. Yeah, roughly about 1,000 of them. Ryoiki Kaijogo, after the deactivation of the domain, (299 de Osatsu) in 299 seconds? In 299 seconds, Osatsu, which is going to be like annihilation, massacre, extermination. Okay. So to put that all together, basically, again, the strongest sorcerer of the generation doing in 299 seconds the complete annihilation of about 1,000 transformed humans that were released into that area after the deactivation of the domain. Okay, and then suddenly, all right, we've seen allusion to this thing. They've talked about this box as being something that could imprison him. And there's Geto talking. He says, Gokumon Kyo Kaimon. This is the Hell Gate, whatever that was, open gate. Kaimon. Open the gates of the Hell Gate, whatever this was. These are all made up words. Well, they're not all made up words. But, I mean, if I type in Gokumon Kyo, we're not going to see that. Prison gate is a word, but the Kyo is not. So Kyo there is, we looked this up many, many, many months ago. Oops. Got Tsuchi there. And then we've got 2 fields with lines. There we go. Oh, right. Boundary. It means like boundary. So the Hell Gate or the prison gate boundary, gate open. So presumably now that's going to trap Gojo in the Phantom Zone or whatever. And that's the end of the chapter. And here's some stuff. Okay, that's the end of chapter 89. Next up will be chapter 90. And the saga continues. We'll see what happens next time.